Welcome. No, kidding.
What's good, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Nope.
Special episode.
No, I gotta say my name first and then I'm starting it.
Yeah, like always, I gotta make sure that I come in like I dunk the layup.
What do I say again?
Yeah.
They know the fuck I am.
It's just sweater, bro.
It's too much pressure.
I think it's just too much sweater. Dude,
You wrote it.
I totally blanked on the question.
Isn't it though?
Delete that, Ryan.
Yeah. Nah, fucking Jesus Christ.
We almost got it. I like that.
You liked how I did that?
Yeah.
They let it talk down when I'm not around, yeah. It's only tied down when I'm out of town, no. I don't trust many when I'm in the city. I never been a shooter, but I keep them with me. Watch them steal the style and say they inspire. Bitch, I been a boss who wanna get higher. They let it talk down when I'm not around.
What's good, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Talk Down. It's your boy Ryan alongside Juan.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
We have another episode for you guys as well as being a special episode.
It's a holiday special. You notice there's no guest here, so we decided to kind of deviate a little bit. First, though, I was wondering if you're ready for some food.
Who asked that? Wait, if you're not ready for some food and you're watching this thing, do you eat? That's the question we should be asking.
Okay, so traditionally in my house, our turkey is a pernil, right? Like that's our Thanksgiving turkey, but I don't eat meat, so I don't really enjoy Thanksgiving
As much?
I enjoy it for what it is, but not for what we're
The
eating anymore.
thankfulness and all
So-
that stuff, but not so much the food.
Yeah.
Well, for those who, you can live vicariously through me because I enjoy the food, and I'm sure a lot of people watching this do.
How about Black Friday's coming around? Are you doing any shopping? Do you line up?
I don't know. I'm an online shopper, so was it Cyber Mondays
Cyber
and stuff,
Monday,
and then a
yeah.
lot of Black Friday stuff online as well. So I'm looking forward to that stuff. Getting a couple of deals here and there.
So you're not one of those guys like lining up at 12.
Nah. Who does that
Tenting
anymore?
it
It's,
up.
2000, it's about to be 2020. If you're still doing that,
People out there killing themselves for those big screens.
they can go ahead and do that. I can click add to cart and do the same shit. So
Speaking of Black Friday
yes.
and sales, these black hoodies are on sale.
See what you did there?
You like that, right?
If you haven't got one yet, make sure to hit us up. You can send us a DM, text us, whatever it is. If you know us, if you don't know us, don't text us. But reach out to us. We are going to be putting new orders in again for the second batch. So if you didn't get it the first time, I mean, you missed out. That's a damn shame.
So today's episode, Ryan hit me up the other day, and we have tons of guests that we're getting ready to put on this show. We have some really good episodes, and you'll see the show is actually going to start looking different and probably a little more compelling. Not that it's not compelling now.
But we want to upgrade for you guys.
Yeah, so I felt like this is the essence of the show. And we wanted to make sure that we brought these episodes, and Ryan and I, we wanted to make sure that we kind of shared our viewpoints with certain things with you. And I think this is a perfect moment for it, right? We wanted to talk about being thankful. In this show, we're going to encapsulate all of that stuff.
Because, look, it's easy to bitch and say nothing's perfect. Look, nothing's perfect in our lives, but we still try to make the best of everything, right? Be thankful for a lot of things that do go good, right?
Right.
Because a lot of people complain when things go bad, but how many people really be like, damn, I'm thankful that went well, or damn, I appreciate you doing your job correctly. That went well. Like a lot of people always looking for the bad. They never highlight the good stuff as much as they should, right? Being thankful, saying thank you, stuff like that. So I want to be able to touch on that. Thanksgiving coming up. I know we should always be thankful every day, but a lot of us mostly talk about being thankful around this time. So, and with the holidays coming up and the new year approaching, so I think it was a perfect for us to go back to our roots where we started, just me and Juan being able to talk to you guys and elaborate on this stuff.
Yeah, and again, this is an open discussion. Obviously, the camera can't respond to us, but we have the comment section below. If we say anything, you can join in the discussion. Right now, put what you're thankful for, what you are looking forward to the most in this holiday season, and join in on the conversation. Talk Down is about talking with you, talking up something good, talking down something bad. In the essence of the holidays, and now that we're talking about being thankful, we also, I think that this season is especially important to be selfless, right? So you give thanks by giving, right? So what are some of the things that maybe that you would do to kind of give back in a way?
A lot of people when you hear give, they think it's like a monetary thing. You don't have to give a gift. Time is a gift, right? So being able to give your time to people, right? Give your time to people. I myself, I coach, so I look forward to being able to give my time back to helping others learn more or teach the youth or whatever.
Mentoring.
Yeah, and just teaching from things that I didn't know when I was a kid, or even being able to go back and be helpful, or maybe the help that I wanted when I was young and stuff like that. So that's something that I try to do, especially around this time, because a lot of stuff is starting back up for me. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to that stuff.
You looking
What
forward
about you?
to that? For me, I really enjoy giving back, whether it's finding a toy drive, whether it's finding canned goods that I can, buy and give, finding kitchens that if I can't donate my time, maybe I can donate something fiscal, right? Like some money to it. I really think of myself and when I was a kid and how, my mom, my sister, and I around this holiday season, we didn't have much. We had a guy he was a bagel guy, and we looked forward to him like coming around. He was giving us stale bagels, like the church would send them to us. So I think about the younger me now, right? What can I do to kind of be the bagel guy for him? Not like literally, but just to give back. And I really do enjoy that aspect. And hopefully, it's all about paying it forward. Like those kids that you coach, eventually you hope that they become mentors to someone else because you did it.
You just literally took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say, like, now you reminisce on that. You're like, damn, like I was thankful for that, right? Even if it wasn't the best things in the world, like now you're like, damn, okay, you don't have to be necessarily doing the same exact things, but even then, like, what can I do to make something easier for somebody else, right? That's struggling, or even if they're not struggling and everything's perfect, but even like being grateful as far as like opening doors, like little stupid stuff like that that we take for granted, honestly. And it's like people are like, damn, thank you, like I appreciate that they're having a bad day and you like say hi to somebody, right? Being able to have conversations with people. A lot of people don't talk nowadays, right? 2019, where we are all stuck on our phones and you can't say hi to nobody, right? It's weird.
It's become like a horse blinders society. Yeah. Actually, before we move on to what we're grateful about, I have one thing that maybe this is a perfect segue, right? I was in Boston for work last year, and it was the holiday season. I was in a Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru, and I went to pay for my meal, and the woman told me that the man in front of me paid for me. That's right? Which was cool.
I think I remember you telling me.
And I've never had this happen to me. So I think I had to tell someone right away, like, yo, this is weird. So what I did was I paid for the person behind me. So these are the little things that we can do to pay forward. Because that really, honestly, it was just like a chicken sandwich. Or not the chicken sandwich, I don't eat meat. It was just like a breakfast sandwich. And, it seemed minute.
Course,
but that really did make my day.
The unexpectedness too. I think
the random act of kindness, right?
And then you know what it is? Like they did it not expecting anything. You did it not expecting anything because you're like, hey, I was coming to pay for my food, and somebody paid for it. Like, you know what? I was gonna pay for mine anyways. Let me pay for the next person's, and you almost start that chain reaction of kindness, or like thankfulness. Like, oh, thank you for that. I'm gonna hopefully this person's thankful for me paying for theirs. If not, then whatever. But at least you tried. You did your best, right?
So to get to know us a little bit, and again, a lot of this is Ryan's idea the other day. He was like, "Yo, we're gonna do this," and I was like,
"I didn't care what you said. We were gonna do this."
Yeah, we're gonna do it. It was a great decision because maybe you have your own list of things you're thankful for, and I think rather than us telling you to make a list, we're gonna share our list with you. So I'm gonna let Ryan. I'm gonna put him on the spot first because this is his idea. So without further ado, what are some of the things that you're thankful for? You can start with one, and then we can go back and forth.
All right, cool. And then we'll just break it down. I think for me, and it's not even I have it in an order, but it's not a specific order.
Right.
Right. For me, I think one of my biggest things that I'm thankful for is something that I've been able to change over the course of the last year or so is actually doing stuff and doing work and having a career that actually matters, and it provides change and like has a purpose, right? So for me, I've always felt like I was a purposeful person. And that's a mouthful. But I always wanted to be able to, like, I always felt helpful. I always felt like I can make somebody better with it, whether it's speaking to them, physically being able to help them understand things. So my job, I'm a personal trainer. So me being able to do that now is so rewarding because I know at the end of the day, I go to sleep and I'm like, damn, whether I had a conversation with somebody or whether I showed somebody how to do this or whether they're working out for the first time and they feel overwhelmed, I know what that feels like. So me being able to like give that back and know exactly what it feels like and tell them, hey, relax. I know what you're going through.
Right.
Like I literally had this conversation with one of my New York clients. I'm like, look, just relax, trust me. I know what you're dealing with, but this will get easier, will get better, and you will start to feel amazing.
The fact that, you're thankful for that and your career happens, you chose this path for yourself, it says a lot. So that's a good one. My first one is the gift of time. I am so thankful for that. Around me, I just had a relative pass not too long ago. And I feel like we wake up with the assumption that we're supposed to get today. Right? Tomorrow's coming. I could have a better day tomorrow. Right? Like, have a good day today. Have a good day every single minute you can. We're human. I have my bad moments, right? But I think it's about minimizing those bad moments and maximizing how you kind of turn yourself around and realizing, you know what, I'm not even supposed to be here, right? Technically, right? Like with everything that we go through. And I think that with got people like Nipsey Hussle, I think people are so willing to like go all out and like shout him out. And the guy was great, right? But even I was a person that I took him for granted when he was alive, right? Like you have people in your own family. You have a lot of people that maybe are sick or maybe that are just need a little bit of acknowledgement. And even if they have passed away, you know, shout them out or pay your respects because they're just as important. And I think that the gift of time is what I'm most thankful for right now.
Yeah, and then like you, just to touch on that real quick, not to wait too late, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's always appreciating this and that when it's gone and stuff, but honestly, you should be appreciating it while you still have it, right? And realizing, hey, whether it's somebody who's a celebrity you're really a fan of or a family member or whatever it is, or just being able to really be like, hey, I'm thankful for what this person is right now. And then I think Kanye West said it best. He was like, give flowers while they can still smell them. Because at the end of the day, like, what's the point of...
That's the old Kanye?
Yeah, the old Kanye, not the new Kanye. But it was like, when I heard that back in the day when I was younger, I was like, damn, like, it makes a lot of sense. A lot of people come and go in our lives, right? Whether they pass away or they're just no longer in our lives. And whether they were good or bad to us, that's where we draw those lines. But honestly, being able to be like, you know what, because you did this to me, now I understand a little bit better not to deal with that stuff, or because you were so great to me, I feel I can move on. And piggyback off your point, I think my second thing that I'm very thankful for, just being able to have thankfulness for my health, right? And making decisions to be healthier, right? Because a lot of us be like, oh, I don't have time to do this, I don't have time to do that. But honestly, at the end of the day, we all have time to do what really matters.
Would you say that's you're thankful for your choices?
Yeah, for the decisions that I've made over the course of the last couple of years, to be able to look at myself and be like, you know what? I don't feel good. I don't feel healthy. I don't feel like I'm the best version of myself. And realizing that and doing things that ultimately I knew what I had in mind of who I wanted to become, but I didn't know how to become that.
Yeah.
And just trusting that, right? Like you said, the time, trusting that time, and really just pushing that, you know what? My goal is to overall just feel better, right? Because that's what matters at the end of the day.
Yeah.
A lot of people go to sleep and they don't feel good about themselves, and they chase people or certain things that try to make them feel better instead of just attacking them.
And it's almost like not real, right? Like the way they do it. I think it's very important to be thankful of that. It goes perfectly into my number 2.
You're welcome.
Which is I'm thankful for every single person that supports this show. And you know, it sounds like a shameless plug. It kind of is. Hit us up in the comments below.
Subscribe if you're watching.
Yeah. But I think the biggest impact it's had is that it's resonated with a lot of people. We literally were hanging out yesterday, and a friend of ours was like, yo, I really appreciate your show. Yo, every time I walk in from work, my wife's watching your show. Right. And he even was like joking around. He was like, yo, you guys I gotta stop being so insightful. My wife is always talking about little things like that, to having, you know, people just randomly pop up with your hoodie on, like proudly wearing it and supporting it. You know, shameless plug for the hoodie. But this show has always been a conversation that Ryan and I probably have internally. Yeah. And you're part of our conversation.
I'll say it again. In on it pretty much.
So we're thankful that you can relate, or maybe you don't relate and you still go out of your way to share it with us. There's plenty of places that I get stopped. Again, I'm gonna have a quick story. There was someone that was involved in my life a year ago, and the person's no longer involved in my life. Everything's good. But I was leaving from New York really late one night. It's a small world. I just happened to bump into this person, and one of the first things this person said to me was, I tune into your show. You know what I mean? Regardless of where our standing is socially, like the person did acknowledge this. So thank you everyone for tuning in. We are thankful for your attention.
So just to tie into that point, I think I'm super thankful for people, not just the ones who watch the show, because my friends that I love, my family that I love, even the people who speak badly of me, in a sense, I kind of love them too, because there's no reason for me to hate that.
That's fuel for the fire.
Exactly. And that, I don't really care. It doesn't really motivate me a bit more, because what they speak or whatever is not true in my opinion. This is an opinion based off of them, and that's fine. I think just being able to say thank you to people in general, right? A lot of us take that for granted, whether it's a coworker who's killing it and doing an amazing job. Like, hey, you showed me earlier how people you work with, like, hey, thank you for this and that. They didn't have to do that. They didn't have to write that card out for you, but that little thing, you're like, you know what? Damn, that was cool. That I heard that, and ultimately it made me feel a little bit better, even though at the end of the day, I know I'm doing my job really well.
You are your biggest supporter, so that's just adding to it.
Like we talk about that pat on the back, like, yo, good looks, like, or keep killing it or whatever it is. Like, so I think ultimately, those make a big difference. Those are something that we as a whole, I think, take for granted, being able to say thank you more. I wanted to jump into a quote real quick because I'm always trying to read and learn about being more of a better person. And this guy, William Arthur Ward, said, feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it out.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
So it's almost like, what's the point of somebody doing something for you and you want to be like, damn, that was just like, yo, I appreciate that. Like, or whenever somebody does something that they don't have to do for me, or they go out of their way or whatever, I'm like, dang, thank you. I really appreciate that. And I really mean it every time I say it. So it's not watered down and all that stuff. It actually holds value to when you say thank you. And
so share your favorite quote on appreciation and things like that below. We're curious to see. My last one is maybe a little bit different, but I think it goes in tune with how you see how our nature is. And I think I appreciate humor and finding humor even in some of the moments where maybe I'm having a bad day. I feel like humor keeps my soul young with everything that happens. And, you know, the older I get, the more grays I think appear. I think that being able to smile, it's almost like you trick yourself into believing in that smile sometimes, right? I feel like some people have a case of the Mondays, and that Mondays leak into Tuesdays, and that Tuesdays leaks into Wednesdays, and then you just had a shit week and you didn't even realize it. So what I try to do is I try to just do kind of like a reverse psychology where I just find humor. I'll talk to Rai, and you know, it'll be maybe quiet for like the first few minutes, and then bam, out of nowhere we'll have like a random joke, maybe at the expense of myself, right? Or maybe at the expense of others, but it's all good natured. There's no malintent, and we are the first to criticize ourselves, but in a funny way, right?
Yeah.
But I really do appreciate that humor is a part of my life.
Yeah,
and I feel like, you know, it's molded me to be who I am because it's allowed me to build relationships even at work. So I'm thankful for that.
Or hopefully, whatever you guys are thankful for, share them in the comments below. Let us know. Start writing these things down. I think we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But going from there, we got a couple of questions. I think it's perfect time for us to go into our mailbag questions.
This is a new one.
What you got?
We have this new segment called Talk That Talk.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
And this is more of a rapid fire. We're gonna try to keep it's almost like, you know, the first thing you think of, that's what you have to say.
Okay.
And it's gonna be a little more intense with our guests when we have them here, so be prepared. Without further ado, our first Talk That Talk question.
Cool. And ours is based more on the Thanksgiving side. So we're going to keep it a little fun, but at the same time, a little deep.
Yeah.
A little fun and deep.
Fake deep.
That's what she said. Go ahead.
So, turkey or pernil? Pernil, for those that don't know, is the roast pork that Latin people...
Honestly, I need a little bit of both. And honestly, I'm not really a big turkey guy.
I need a little bit of both.
A little bit of both, but if I had to pick pernil first... Because I'm more of like a chicken guy. Thanksgiving, I'm gonna keep it 100, guys. Yeah. I don't really eat a lot of turkey on Thanksgiving. I don't know. Turkey sometimes just be OD dry, and I can't mess with that.
You go right for the pernil?
Yeah, and then right with the chicken. And I tag team it. That's it.
All right. Good.
What about you?
I don't eat meat.
Oh, yeah,
so,
forgot. Never mind. That was a trick question.
Exactly.
See what I did there? Nah, cool. So what are like other... Do you find it hard for you to like find something?
I think that I find a lot of enjoyment in getting a turkey for my nieces and nephew and my family. I get enjoyment out of watching them eat it and like watching them like interact and then maybe helping us cook. Like I really love sides. I'm a big like I'll make sure we have corn. I'll make sure we have.
Hold on.
Go for it.
What's the best Thanksgiving side in your opinion? You had to eat one for the rest of your life. Which one you picking?
Okay, for Thanksgiving side.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Mashed potatoes and gravy. I know it sounds stupid and old school.
You like gravy? Explain gravy to me, because look, honestly, when I eat mashed potatoes, I eat them dry. Maybe that's a bad thing, but
do you eat a hot dog without ketchup?
Hell no.
Okay,
but again,
so it's
you know what it is? Maybe it's the taste of the gravy. But then,
okay, I get what you're saying.
No, you know what? Maybe this year I'm gonna give it a try. Maybe that's my goal for this. I'm gonna give it gravy, but I think people be ODing when they put gravy on.
No. See, I'm not.
It's like they be like gravy with mashed potatoes. Like, yo, what's going on here? Like,
no. Okay.
So I think that's OD. I might put a little spoon on there or something. Try it. I might like it.
I'm a sauce person, so for me, if I'm gonna eat mashed potatoes and I have like gravy, I'm gonna just sprinkle some over it. I do know people that overdo it a little bit, and maybe that's why where you've had it and it was like a terrible experience. But I encourage you to give it a try.
Yeah,
brother.
I'm definitely doing that this year. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not lying to you guys.
Okay, so how about your sides?
It's easy for me, man. Mac and cheese all day. Like, it don't have to be Thanksgiving for me to eat mac and cheese. I literally can eat that
legit.
nonstop. Like, legit. I think, hands down, and we're more on the Spanish side. There's not as much mac and cheese at our layouts, but trust me, there'd be mac and cheese there because it's so good. It is so good. All types of mac and cheese. So that's definitely my favorite.
Okay, all right.
How you feeling about mac and cheese?
I love, actually, funny you should say that. I went yesterday to like an infamous mac and cheese place yesterday in New York, and they had truffle mac and cheese, which is like truffle is similar to like a mushroom. It's underground and it's very exclusive and but it has such, it's an acquired taste, but it's so good. But basically they shave it on the mac and cheese, and they have the official mac and cheese where it's like different cheeses and like the cheese is like so it was one of those spots. And then I saw lobster mac and cheese, and I absolutely had to try that too. So
I eat chicken with mac and cheese. It's simple.
To answer your question, I enjoy a legitimate mac and cheese. I can't go to a fast food joint and order mac and cheese.
Or don't give me that freaking what's that
Kraft.
Yeah, and I don't want those little skinny ass noodles. What are we doing with that? I used to eat those when I was a kid. Like we're not doing that no more. What we got next?
So next question is, if you can bring one celebrity to your so not just a celebrity to say grace at your Thanksgiving, who would it be?
Oh, it's easy for me. Can I have like a 1A, 1B?
Okay,
or is one of them gonna be your answer?
I'll give you that.
So I want a tag team.
Okay,
right?
go for it.
So first off, The Rock for sure. I think he'll get us turned up and lit. And then right after that, Will Smith. I think that tag team of Will Smith and The Rock giving grace, it's over. It's over. After that, everybody will be laughing. The Rock will give you some inspiring, and then you chow down.
I'm switching it up on you, bro.
What you going with?
I'm going.
Wait, can I guess?
Dude, you'll never guess it. I'll give you one guess, but you'll never guess it.
Mother Teresa.
Damn. Not R.I.P. But it would be the other day I happened to be watching a movie with him, and it's been so long. It's Chris Tucker.
Ooh.
You imagine Chris Tucker? You imagine Chris Tucker saying grace at your Thanksgiving?
I cannot, but that would be hilarious.
Yeah, so
and I would laugh.
It would be Chris Tucker, and my 1B would be in this. If we want to keep it in the same spirit, it would be Kevin Hart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Word. Okay. Next question is, what would you hate? And this is a little deeper, but what would you hate to lose that you are thankful for right now?
Oh, wow, that's a good one. I would say that it is. As a collective, I would say my dogs. And again, I feel like family goes without saying.
Yeah. We're talking about a little deeper here. Not
obviously
we can all say that.
You all already know that you're important to us, right? Like we don't have to mention. But I think that a dog is viewed as an object that I'm a master or whatever. But dude, I'd be pretty
heartbroken.
Yeah, heartbroken if I lost a dog right now at this point in my life.
Got it.
How about you? Okay. Mac and cheese, we can.
Mac and cheese. Can't lose mac and cheese. I think for me, it's a little like fivefold, the ability just to be able to help people get better. But I think for me, because I'm so passionate about it, would just be coaching. Like if somebody told me you can't coach, I'd be like, nah, I'm fighting you. Like nah, and I'm super thankful for that because again, like I get to do something and show people something that I love, like a sport that I love, and also just help people get better. And I really take pride and passion in that, and I look forward to doing it every single time. It's long days, but I go home and like, damn, that was fun. Like I look forward to those hours, 2 hours, the games and stuff like that. So I cannot go without that, and that's why I'm super thankful for that though.
All right, so that was our first talk. Yeah,
a little calmer, but going forward,
it's gonna be a little crazier. It's probably again the questions are probably gonna be a little more condensed, but we run this shit, so there's no clock here. So. There's no other guests, but there is another mailbag. And this time, we actually went to a few of our closest people and asked them. One of them wanted to remain anonymous, so we had to give him that. But I did ask my cousin Robert to give me something that he's dealing with now that maybe we can help him with, give him some insights or mentorship or guidance. And he gave us a good one. So we wanted to share it with you.
He said, you set a goal and you don't see the end results anywhere near. How do you prevent yourself from getting stuck? Is it who you're surrounding yourself with, taking constructive criticism from, etc.? That's a really good question.
So I think what stuck out to me the most is he basically answered those hurdles that he's dealing with, whether it's the people that you're surrounding yourself with. I think you kind of had the answers there, right? We're prideful. So if I, for instance, approached someone and told him, I feel like these are your goals. Me personally, I feel like you should do this. This will help you. If I go out of my way to give you that and you're taking offense to that, again, if my approach was exactly how I just gave it to you and you still took offense to that, then maybe there is something there in your pride that maybe you can tweak or work on. I think life is just one long self-evaluation, right? So every day you should try to figure out, and I think that you secretly already know what you have a problem with. So what are you doing to address those things? What are you doing to remove some of those friendships that you don't like? Or what are you doing to learn to take more constructive criticism? Are you giving yourself constructive criticism, and are you holding yourself accountable, right?
Yeah. And then just to touch on that real quick, I think ultimately we set these goals, right? Some realistic. I mean, every goal is realistic. Let's be honest. Let me stop being like that. But
Well,
I think
unless you want to like shoot fire out of your nose, then that's never gonna happen.
Talking about like achieving these goals that a lot of us, think are unachievable or may take longer than we want them to take. I think that's one of the biggest things. But being patient, trusting the work, doing the actual damn work.
Yeah.
Don't say you want to do something or be something or achieve something and not do shit to do it.
Yeah,
like it's never gonna work.
Don't start a goal to stop it and start another one to stop it.
That's pick a goal, work to achieve it, put the damn time in, make the time if you don't have the time, prioritize your life, and then just trust that the time you put in, all of the work is gonna. You're gonna benefit from it, and that's it. You'll be successful.
And my brother, it's pacing.
Yeah.
I know it's goals. Maybe some goals are long-term goals, and you need to identify them as such. Maybe some goals are shorter. And you know what helped me with my goal is sometimes the smaller goals, once you start taking them, it almost becomes like an adrenaline rush to achieve them, right?
Like what's next?
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna wake up and do an inventory of what like my sneakers or something. You know what I mean? Like something simple like that, and it just keep chipping away. Eventually, that tree will fall.
Fast.
So I hope we.
Analogy. I like that. I never heard that. Tree falling?
Is that a finger snaps?
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, so
a tree or fall? Yeah, I heard that. Never heard that in my life. Jesus Christ.
That just happened. But I hope we answered your question, Rob. It was a really good one, and we appreciate you giving it to us, man.
Yes, sir.
The next question is from Anonymous. We know who this person is, so we'll be talking straight to that person. But the question is, Dear Talk Down, I'm a college student, but I'm not dorming. I'm living at home with my mother. My mother has a problem with me going out and is being a bit overbearing. I'm a good student and make sure I'm focusing on my studies, but I'd also love to enjoy meeting people and being social with fellow students. How do I not disappoint her and still give myself the chance to enjoy my youth? It's a tough one, right?
Yeah. I think many of us deal with this, right? Just as we get older and we start maturing, I think it's tough for our parents to be like, where you going? Like, what are you doing? Like, I think they're afraid for us to grow up. It's almost like a protective thing, but I think parents and being able to really differentiate, like maybe it's them showing that they care, but they don't know how to express it yet. So I think having a conversation, the same way that if somebody told me that, like, have you ever had a conversation or told them that this is how you feel?
Two questions, two different points pop out to me. Is this a Latino thing? One. Or a minority thing. And two, do you feel it's because the parent could be not single parent, but the parent could be by themselves and really just
fear of loneliness?
Yeah. Could it be that?
It happens in every nationality, to be honest. But I definitely do think that they are probably afraid to be alone, right? And they don't know how to address that. So them being the authority, they're like, hey, where you going? Or they have that power, I guess.
Yeah, they can enforce.
Yeah. So it's tough. But I think for me, I would just try to have a conversation.
So to go off and close off on that, I really think that this is part of your life where it's going to get dicey, and you really have to start balancing being selfish and worrying about what you want to do and your growth versus being respectful, right? Because you do want to be respectful and mindful of what your mom is trying to tell you, but also she has to understand that this is your time and this is your time. She's worked for this moment, and she has to trust that what she's instilled in you, that you're gonna be morally sound.
Just exactly.
Right? That
you just get a thought, and not to cut you off real quick, a thought popped into my head as you were saying that. And a lot of kids become rebellious because they're like, yo, my parents did this.
They're all down my throat.
Look, I think deep down they trust you, right? Just be responsible enough to be like, you know what? I'm gonna make decisions for myself. I'm gonna be smart about this stuff. I'm gonna make sure that I don't prove her right to a sense or prove them right to a sense. Like, oh, don't go out because you're going to make bad decisions, blah, blah, blah. If you consistently make good decisions, they're going to stop checking you so much.
Yeah.
I think it happened with me and my mom. Like, my mom never had to question me because it was never like, one, I'm a guy. So if you're a female, this is probably
a little different. Yeah.
But also, they learn to trust you a little bit more. And you earn that trust, right? It's not just given. They're a parent. To a certain extent, they do have the right or a right to I mean, they kind of know a little bit better. They know they lived a longer life. So.
They have good intentions for the most part. Yeah. So, and remember, you are seeking your independence, not deliverance. This is still your parent. I think that there's a balance there. And then maybe as an adult, there's a way that you can assert yourself and communicate that this is what I have to do in order to grow. And you have to trust the job that you've done to get me here, right? So you're in college. I think you're doing the right thing. So I hope we answered your question.
How you feeling about the episode so far, man?
I feel good. I feel like we needed this. We haven't had quite as much time like this to connect with the people. We've always had guests. I'm looking forward to what we have in store.
Cool.
But I think that holiday season come around, you know, there are people that are going to start setting their resolutions and setting the things that they're going to be thankful for, and then maybe forget about them when the summer comes, and you know, they're going to have more hot girl and hot boy summers. Like, so I think,
I hope that's not around next summer.
I hope that with this show, there's things that we tell you that you can practice on a daily basis, because this has helped us. I feel good. I feel a little bit better heading into what's to come, because we have some really good guests coming.
And right before we get into a challenge, I just want to say real quick that I'm
thankful for you, my brother.
For you, because I mean, honestly,
pat on the back.
Yeah, no, this is a really great person. Like, and I hope y'all can see this through videos. And if y'all know him in person, he's a really good person. Now, I don't take you for granted at all.
Same.
Sometimes we disagree. We don't really argue because we're grown men.
But our disagreements are like, oh well, I don't agree with that.
It's a debate. It's a debate. We really don't be like, we're not fighting each other. But we've had disagreements and stuff like that. But I think that's, as you grow and you become better friends with people or family, whatever you get, and it's healthy. It's healthy to have those things. So there's not a day goes by that I don't wake up. I'm like, damn, like I'm lucky to have friends like you and other people 100%. In my life to be like, yo, that's a dope ass person. I will vouch for that person for the rest of my life.
Yeah, same.
And nobody can tell me this person did something, and I would believe that because I know who you are as a person deep down, and I would defend you till the death.
Same, bro. And it's funny because I think en route a year ago today, in my transformation of being where I am now and where I'm headed, the testament to your training techniques in terms of being in the gym and, you know, our conversations and you helping me mentally. You know, I'm going to plug him, but he's a personal trainer. If you're in the area, New Jersey, please reach out to him because he's helped me become the person I am today. And it's funny because we've always been in each other's lives, but I think within the last few years, I've really grown to know what a true friend is. So I'm thankful for you, my brother.
Appreciate it.
Do a curveball there, man.
You like that?
You Red Sox fans, man.
Yes. So no, but I think this is a perfect time for us to go into our Talk Down Challenge. Juan, tell them the challenge.
Our Talk Down Challenge is for us to find meaning in what it means to be thankful and give thanks. Let's come up with a list of things we're thankful for and share them in the comments section below. They could be things, people, experiences, anything you feel was or is crucial to what you've become and where you're headed. It's easy to say thank you because it's routine and often we don't know if we even mean these things anymore. Today, the emphasis should be on being grateful, not only internally, but externally. While your focus should always be on you, growth means knowing when to express your gratitude. We are taught to add value to our lives by making goals, achieving them, and leaving our mark. But today, we ask you to hit pause and not only reflect on what has gotten you here, but make an effort in acknowledging them.
No, yeah, absolutely. So right now, pause this video, go down into the comment section, write down a couple of things that you feel like you're very thankful for, or things you want to work towards being thankful for more, and really hold yourself accountable to those things. Right? Don't be like, I want to do this, I want to do that, and then next year you're in the same position. Really try to become a better person for yourself, because as you get better, and I tell Juan all this all the time, everybody else around you gets better. You become better for other people. And that's, at the end of the day, the better we are, I mean, everybody will be great. Yeah. And then we wish we could live in a world where that's what it was, but we need you to start, with yourself. So
yeah, I think you should never take anything that you don't want to do and take it as a bad thing. And even if you're not accomplishing it right away, I think it's what are you doing to really tackle it? What are you doing to really achieve it? Because if one try to me is not enough. I feel like we care about you. We always say that. Anybody that's listening, we do care because we care about ourselves. And this is something I'm going to watch this and say, what can I learn from this?
Yeah.
So the path is there. Hopefully you can write some things down and acknowledge things or people that you're grateful for.
And I always make this joke with a couple of my clients, right? Going into 2020, I want us all to stop playing ourselves, honestly. Like, yo, look yourself in the mirror. I'm like, yo, I'm really like, I joke with myself and I tell myself like I'm whack or I'm corny or I'm trash, blah, blah. Jokingly, I know I'm a dope ass person. Don't get it fucked up. But ultimately, like really check yourself and be like, you know what? What can I do to improve myself as an overall person? Write that shit down and really work on doing that. And if you can say going into 2020 that okay, I got these things I want to work on. I'm going to get better slowly but surely at them. Be thankful for having the opportunity to actually become a better person, right? Be able to get stronger, be smarter. There's people who have learning disabilities, who have physical disabilities that can't do the shit that you can do. And you take it for granted every single day you wake up and you do nothing about it, right? So stop making excuses like you have these disabilities. Luckily, you're thankful that you don't. Man, just become a better person, man. Stop playing yourself.
I hope you keep joining us and you talk up or talk down, good or bad things. Again, the comment section is below.
Yes.
Scroll down and hit us up with your feedback. And if you agree or disagree, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
So this episode is over, but the conversation continues.
So as always, tell a friend to tell her friend to tell all of her friends to follow us and also subscribe. I think over there by Juan somewhere.
Right
it's a little subscribe button. You can just click it, subscribe real quick. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed, just log in real quick, hit that subscribe button every time, and also hit the bell somewhere down there.
Yeah.
When we post an episode, you'll be notified, so we don't have to keep bugging you guys. And
we will
send you all the links. But also, we appreciate you guys watching as always, man. Hopefully you have a great Thanksgiving. Hopefully, you're thankful for another year, right? To get better. Christmas is coming along.
Yeah.
Bunch of gifts we're gonna be getting, so let's turn up with that. And then the new year, man. Let's go into it trying to be better. So we're here to look forward to being able to go through that stuff with you guys, and that's it, man. We'll see you on the next episode.
All right, peace. I did better. I did better, yo.
Yeah, that was good.
They let it talk down when I'm not around, yeah. It's only tied down when I'm out of town, no. I don't trust many when I'm in the city. I never been a shooter, but I keep them with me. Watch them